Our hosts, we always seem to have two service hosts, and today one is called Moses McFeathers, and the other one is called Bartholomew. So hand over to your hosts.
Happy Easter, Moses McFeathers.
Happy Easter, Bartholomew.
Have you had any Easter eggs yet this year, Moses McFeathers?
Well, I had a boiled egg for breakfast today.
Was that nice?
Terrible. The chocolate melted in the water.
Don't be silly, Moses McFeathers. We need to tell all these people about our Easter theme this year.
Oh, yeah. It's a really good one this year. They'll love it.
This year, our Easter service theme is That's Unexpected.
We thought a good starting point would be to share some stories of unexpected things that have happened to people.
I've got an unexpected story that involves a cucumber, a didgeridoo, and a tin of custard.
We don't want your unexpected stories, Bartholomew.
Moses and Bartholomew, they asked me if I could explain the theme and make things a bit clearer, which I'm going to try to do. To explain our theme of That's Unexpected, with the aid of my iPad, I'm going to tell you a true story. You can find it in the Bible. And it's about two people who were trying to understand what had happened at Easter and what it was all about. And it was a Sunday morning. And these two people were on a journey from Jerusalem. So let's put them on here. Ooh, that's not very good, is it? And they were going from Jerusalem to a town called Emmaus. The one person was called Cleopas, and we don't know the other person's name, but it was probably either a good friend or maybe even his wife. So the two of them, they're traveling to this town called Emmaus, when a third person came up and started walking alongside them. And this third person noticed that they were looking very sad, and this person said to them, "Why are you so sad?" And what they didn't realize was that this person was actually Jesus, but they'd been kept from recognizing him. And because they didn't know, they said, what do you mean? Why are we so sad? Are you the only person who doesn't know what's happened? On Friday, 3 days ago, Jesus, who was the most amazing person ever, did so many amazing things, but on Friday, they killed him. And we thought that he was the one who'd come to save us, but now he's dead, and we can't understand it. And Jesus said, "Oh, that sounds terrible." And they said, "But that's not it. There's something even more unexpected that's really confused us." And so what I'm going to try to do now is draw. What am I doing? Do not save. I'm going to try and draw that unexpected thing and see if you can guess what it is. This thing that they were going to tell Jesus about, but they didn't understand. So, are we ready? Right. Actually, don't work too hard on this bit because this isn't the actual picture. I'm just setting the background. Giving it a bit more to look at. Soon be there, don't worry. You can't rush an artist. That's what Alison's always telling me anyway. I'm trying to get her out of the house. So, right then. This is the bit that you're gonna guess. See if you can see what this is. Well, what do we think? What do we got here? An empty tomb. That's right. You see, they told Jesus that first thing that morning, some friends of theirs had gone to the tomb where Jesus had been buried. But when they got there, it was empty. His body had gone. Then an angel appeared and said he was alive. But they said, but nobody saw Jesus. And they're like, we're just so confused. This was so unexpected. Nobody knew that was going to happen, but we don't know what to make of it. And then Jesus said to them, he said, "How foolish of you," which kind of means you're being a bit thick here. And then Jesus told them something. Jesus told them something else that was very unexpected for them, which will be my next bit of Pictionary. Right. You may not have noticed yet, but I'm not very good at drawing. But I'll give this my best shot. Right. Oh, maybe a few ideas coming up here. What do we reckon? Yes. That's supposed to be a nose, if you're wondering. Can you tell me, Sienna? Lara, sorry, what is it? Yes, Jesus on the cross. You see, as they were walking along, Jesus began to speak to them. He said, don't you realize when Jesus came, he had to suffer. Jesus had to suffer. He actually came to die on the cross. It was written about in the Old Testament. And that was so unexpected. Nobody expected that Jesus would actually come and suffer. And you might wonder, why did Jesus have to suffer? Why was it important for him to do that? And so I'm going to do something that will require a bit of honesty from the rest of you. So, now put your hand up if, since you've been in church this morning, you've been really good and you've not done anything wrong. Can you put your hand up if you've not done anything wrong since you arrived in church this morning? Really? What have you been up to? A few of us have not done anything wrong since you've been in church this morning. The elders got their hands up. That's what you really want to know. Okay. Those of you with your hands up, keep them in the air. Keep your hand up if you've not done anything wrong since you got out of bed this morning. Like the whole day so far, Jason's got 2 hands up. He's been so good. Okay, we've got some quite good people here. Keep your hand up if you've not done anything wrong this entire week. Like you've not had an unkind thought, not said anything you shouldn't have said, not got angry with anyone, not done anything naughty at all the entire week. Well, do you know what? We still have 1 or 2 hands up. It's quite amazing. We have some saintly people amongst us. So, what about this whole year since the 1st of January? You've never done anything wrong, never had to be told off, been absolutely perfect for the whole year. Okay. Still have 1 or 2 hands up. We'll have to take their word for it. But you know, the truth is, we've all done things wrong, haven't we? In our life, none of us is perfect. We've all done things wrong. And when we've done these wrong things, we've actually broken God's rules. And because we've broken God's rules, that means 2 things. First of all, it stops us from being able to be God's friend. But also, people who break rules deserve to be punished, don't they? And you might think, well, why does God have to punish us? Why can't he just forgive us? Well, think about this. More for the grown-ups. Imagine someone drives to the pub one night. They drink 10 pints. They get in their car and they're driving home and they're pulled over by the police and they're breathalyzed and they say, you're drink driving. And this person says, but normally I don't drink drive. I'm normally a very good person. Do you really have to punish me for this? Can't you just let me go? Do you think the police officer will say, yeah, all right then, off you go home? No, they won't, will they? Because the job of a police officer is to uphold the law and to help punish people who break the law. And you see, the reason why the police do that is because we have a sense of justice. We know what's right, we know what's wrong, and we know that wrongdoing should be punished. But God has an even bigger sense of justice than us. And he can't just say, all right, I'll forgive you because things have been done wrong. But because he loves us, Jesus came and on the cross, he took our punishment for us so that everyone who trusts in him can receive God's forgiveness and not need to be punished themselves. And that's why Jesus had to suffer. So as they were walking along the road, Jesus was explaining all this to them. And by this point, they'd reached their house. And it was starting to get dark. So they said to Jesus, well, would you like to come in and have a meal with us? And they still hadn't recognized who he was. And that's when our third and final unexpected thing happened. And I'm going to draw it now. See if you can guess what the third and final unexpected thing is. As you can see, I've saved my very best drawing for last. Just go, it's impressionistic. All right, let's see. What do I want now? I want a bit of brown. Okay. Whew. Here we go. Ooh. Going to give you a bit of a clue. What can we see in this picture? Caroline. Yes. It's actually an amazing picture of Jesus' hands breaking the bread. You see, what happened when they were in the house? They had a meal, and Jesus gave thanks, and he broke the bread. And as he broke the bread, their eyes were opened, and suddenly they recognized it was Jesus, and he'd been with them all along. And as soon as they recognized him, he disappeared before their eyes. But they were like, Jesus is alive. He really is alive. And so they were so excited by this unexpected discovery, they rushed straight back to Jerusalem to tell their friends. And that's why all through this service we've been using this phrase, that was unexpected. Because on that first Easter, nobody expected that Jesus would take the punishment for the things we did wrong. Nobody expected that on the third day, his tomb would be empty. None of his disciples expected to see Jesus alive again. But Jesus is alive, which means now that if we trust in him and we ask him to forgive us for the things we've done wrong, invite him into our life, it says that he'll give each one of us the gift of eternal life. And we can spend eternity with him one day. And I don't know if you're expecting that as an ending, but that is the very best news ever. And that is the good news that we're celebrating at Christmas. So that's why it's all been Easter. Oh my goodness. Now that was unexpected. Yeah, I'm going to shut up now before I do anything else wrong. What's next?
Makes sense now?
Yes, he explained it all and kept to the 10 minutes.
Now that's unexpected. Even though we don't deserve it, God loves us so much he sent his son to die for us.
And now we can freely come to him.
What a great Easter.
But now my tummy is rumbling.
Well, your breakfast melted, so you must be hungry.
Let's have one last song, and then I can get me a lamb that has been slain in my belly.
Happy Easter, everyone!